What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? We're back in the land down under, right? UFC Perth. I'm your host, Pegasus. I'm here with Pick'em MMA. Dravy, Key couldn't make it tonight. Pick'em, welcome aboard, man. First time guest.
It's good to be here, man.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Great to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you. All right. I mean, good. We've got a pretty good card. It's kind of crazy. It starts at 4 a.m. our time and 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. for the main card. So I think main event will be 9:45 ish. So. Pretty interesting. What do you guys think of the slate?
Are you guys getting up early in the morning watching the whole card or just the main card?
I'll probably wake up at 6 and catch the back end of the prelims.
I'm gonna watch the main card, but I think I'm gonna miss the prelims this time around.
I mean, I'm not thrilled about the prelims, to be honest. I think they're good fights.
There's some good fights. I mean, Steele, I want to see Steele fight. He's an entertaining guy to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He's the first fight of the night. Yeah, guys, you know how the algorithm works. Like, comment, and subscribe. Lajwan, thanks for joining us. Champ's always here. Yeah, man, let's go Knicks. Up by 50 right now. This is how it should have been all series. It should have never been this close. Jackson, what's happening, bro? Tristan, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of talk about the intro. I mean, I could change the song if you want, but the graphics.
I like the intro. I think it's sick.
Yeah,
I like it.
Thank you.
People don't like the intro?
Yeah, I don't know. We got a bunch of comments. Someone said we deleted a comment about the intro or something like that. I don't even know. But yeah, no, the intro has been there for a while. Probably won't change for a bit. But let's get right into this. First fight of the night, we got Cody Steele versus Dom Marfan. Dom Marfan, this is his first fight under the UFC banner that's not Road to UFC. Cody Steele coming off a loss of Rongzhu, where we were all on Rongzhu, plus 215. Odds on these two gentlemen, you could get Dom Marfan plus 155. Cody Steele's down to minus 180. Picks. I'm gonna have you go first, man. You're the guest. What do you think?
Okay, so this one, I haven't really bet this fight because I want to get a better price on Steele. I do think he's a better fighter. He has more power. He's going to be pressuring Don Marfan. He's probably going to make some takedowns. He's been talking about how he's going to wrestle this fight. But yeah, I could see him standing there and striking with Dom Marfan and just falling into the brawl and throwing his game plan out of the window. So it's hard trusting Cody Steele at minus 200 after how he fought last time. But his debut, he fought a much better opponent in Rongzhu, who's a way sharper, better striker than Dom Marfan. And Dom Marfan just not really that dangerous, I think. So most of the finishing upside's on Cody Steele's side. So I'm going to pick him to win this fight. I think he's going to win maybe a KO or by decision by just landing the better shots over the course of 50 minutes. But yeah, I don't like the price. I don't want to bet him at minus 200 because he could just go out there and just fucking strike with him and just lose the striking. Possible at range. But yeah, I'm going to go Steele as a pick.
Yeah, honestly, I was trying to get to a Cody Steele by KO spot here. I think Dom Marfan's hittable. On the feet, he's not much of a threat. I will say, though, I bet Frogman against him last fight. And, the striking of Dom Marfan was much improved. But still, I don't think it's anything of a threat that's going to keep Cody Steele going backwards. Wrestling-wise, pretty much a wash. Cody Steele is a decorated black belt. Fan is good at grappling, but his jiu-jitsu isn't the best. So I don't think we see anything from that there. I kind of like what Glimbot said here. Round 2, round 3 finish for Cody Steele. I think that's live after a war of attrition. But hooks to the body, the hooks up top, the striking of Cody Steele and how heavy he throws, and when knowing that no real power is coming back his way, I think that's going to be the key here. What do you think, Drav?
Yeah, I also echo a lot what you guys said. So I do think Cody is going to be the one pressuring and put Fan on the back foot. I think Dom Marfan is a good fighter, honestly, but I don't think he's good off the back foot when people pressure him. He doesn't like that. And Cody Steele is not going to just fight a fight off the back foot, especially as the fight goes in round 2 and 3. He has better cardio. He's more durable. Yeah, so I think round 1 will be competitive, but in 2, 3, I think Cody Steele's going to cook him. I think he's the better striker. I think he has more power, better chin. And yeah, I mean, there's some, even in his wins, Dom Marfan, there's some bad things sometimes when he's getting backed up and stuff like that. So yes, he's good. I guess he could. I do think he can maybe take him down, but I don't think he's going to hold down Cody Steele. I don't think he's going to submit Cody Steele either. So I don't give it any finishing upside. I think it's all on the Cody Steele side. And I like that he's taking a year off after his last fight. Looking on his Instagram, he looked in great shape, making adjustment to his game. I do think he's going to come back and look better here. I had a really big bet on Rongzhu at plus 225, but that's a different conversation here. Rongzhu's, good takedown defense, way better striker, and Cody Steele, yes, he's good on the feet, but he's very hittable, and Rongzhu was able to take full advantage of it, but it was still a war. I don't think Dom Unfair has the same attributes on the feet, and I think he's also hittable, like you guys said. So I think Cody Steele is very live to finish him late and dominate late in this fight, but yeah, decision is also possible. I just think he's the better fighter all around. I think the big price tag is justified. What's up, man? It's minus 180 now. I think there's value on that personally. I think he should be a big.
Yeah, I like that the line's coming in. Maybe we get even better. Champ also agrees with Cody Steele. He's up at 4 a.m. Pepe knows I'm on a cold streak, but I got so much CLV this week. We got to right the ship. It's got if it's any time, it's now. Now is the time. I think the Celtics covered the 6.5 tonight. If you want an NBA play, I also like T-Wolves +7. Watching all start to finish. We got some real fans here. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all the comments there. All right, next fight. Next fight we have here is we got Jonathan Micallef versus Themba Gorimbo. Themba Gorimbo is 14-6. Jonathan Micallef is 9-1. Odds on these two gentlemen, you get Gorimbo plus 185. You get Jonathan Micallef minus 220. Drav, I'll have you go first here. Who do you think wins this fight?
So I know a lot of people on Gorimbo, and I understand from a moneyline perspective. I do think that, he can take Micallef down. I was kind of surprised early on against Wells that he was that strong and was able to take him down and get to dominant position. And yeah, on the feet, he's better. He has the better process of the two, I would say. He landed down the pipe, and I think Micallef on the feet is kind of a bot, honestly. Like, he's a bot on the feet, the way he's
all he's got is that left high kick. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, his kicks are decent. Body kicks, too, is pretty good, I will say. And he's a tough dude. He's a big guy also for the weight class. But to give him some credit, man, the guy is a winner. Even in some fight when he's not looking great, he finds ways to win. And also, I think his BJJ is very good and probably the difference maker in this fight. Like, Gorimbo's going to try to grapple here. He always does in every single fight. And Micallef is going to welcome that. I think that if Gorimbo is smart, he might try to not grapple all that much, especially later in this fight, because I think he can probably win the striking. But Gorimbo gets tired, and Micallef has better cardio. Micallef also the much younger guy fighting at home here, making improvements. I do think that at some point in this fight, Gorimbo is going to make mistakes, put his head in bad position. Like, again, he always does in almost every fight. Like, even against Wells, he didn't get submitted, but he was in a lot of bad spots. And I think Micallef at some point is going to rack up, either like a triangle or rear naked choke when Gorimbo gets sloppy and submit him later in this fight. So, yeah, I think Micallef is going to get him, but I do think Gorimbo, moneyline perspective, he's the side. I think he's going to have success early. And in the decision, I kind of favor him, honestly. So I think Micallef is going to be live for 15 minutes to find that submission. But if he does not, I'm not sure he wins. But my prediction is I do think he's going to find that submission at some point.
Yeah, so I'm on Themba Gorimbo plus 280. The submission's always live, like Drav said, late in the fight when he's tired. He puts his head in weird spots. Although I will say in the Wells fight, he did get stuck in some front chokes, rolled out of it. And right now, he's up for the past 6 months after that Wells fight. He's been training up in what's called Sedia, which is one of the best camps in the world for anyone who knows, Russian grappling, Olympic wrestling, things like that. So I think that's going to fix a lot of the gas tank issues on the feet. I think Themba's got power. He's got speed. Yeah, he's 35, but he's going to be a lot quicker and a lot more polished on the feet than Micallef is. And then when it comes to strength and grappling, Themba Gorimbo on the ground is so much better. And as long as he doesn't get caught in like a fluke sub, I mean, you're getting plus 290 to avoid the fluke sub from Micallef. I don't know. For me, I think it's an easy click. Plus 185 probably. I think it's still fine. I think Gorimbo, I line this fight, honestly, pick him. Like, looking at it, like, to me, I don't understand how a guy like Micallef is taking a step up against Gorimbo taking a step down. Like, if you were to put Wells versus Micallef, for example, I think Wells would do bad things to Micallef. So now we're taking two guys that fought close, and now you got one guy at almost 3-1 odds. For me, it's Themba Gorimbo all day. I think we see something big. It's funny that, one guy's the captain and the other guy wants to be the captain. I just think that as long as he just stays away from that meme sub, like, I don't see where Micallef finds, success. I think, like I said, Gorimbo is going to be the better wrestler, better grappler, much better on the feet. So I don't know. And Micallef, I don't like his grappling is like him getting taken down and then playing jiu-jitsu. It's not him wrestling first, getting someone down. And I don't think he's gonna get Gorimbo down anyway. So I don't know. That's kind of how I read it. I'll take Tempo Gorimbo all day. What do you think, Pix?
I'm gonna go with Micallef, man. I just don't think Gorimbo is like who people think he is. He's a good wrestler, but like he doesn't really finish anyone on the mat when he takes anyone down. Like who's he finished on the mat? Like he couldn't finish Takashi Sato, who's like 40 years old, and that was like there were some sketchy moments in that fight. I remember I bet him there. It was like close, even money. And then the other fight, I mean, Nico Price, bro. Like everyone can finish Nico Price on the mat, like everyone. And Gorimbo just couldn't do anything. I mean, he just laid on him. So like, is he just gonna lay on Micallef and is he just gonna let him do that like at home? I think the referee's gonna stand him up. I mean, if he just lays on him like that for 15 minutes. So in the striking, I think Gorimbo's like not that much better striker than Micallef. Like maybe he's just a little bit like cleaner, but like I don't think he has a lot of knockout power. I know he knocked out Peter Rodriguez, but Rodriguez is like not really UFC caliber.
Doesn't say much.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Micallef by submission. Like I haven't bet this fight because I was waiting to see what the submission prop's gonna be. Like maybe ends by submission might be like a little bit better, just in case. But I think this fight's we're probably gonna see a finish here. Micallef, I mean, he has good jiu-jitsu. Like he has good back takes, and he can submit you off his back, and he can take your back and submit you. So he does have slick BJJ. He's got some power. Like I know the striking is nothing special, but like he sticks to his basics, right? Like the left high kick, those body kicks. He loves those body kicks, and his hands are like nothing crazy. But I don't think he's really fighting like a exceptional striker in Gorimbo. I think Micallef should probably get a late submission, like second, third on submission. So I think he's gonna find a finish here.
I'm pretty sure that that price on the sub got smashed. Like it's plus 210.
Yeah,
I think it opened something crazy.
I don't know what it opened in FanDuel. That's normally like where I look at.
It opened plus 250 on
FanDuel. Yeah, that was probably like good. But
yeah,
I mean, it could be a KO, right? I could get him. Like it's probably not likely a KO because Gorimbo is pretty tough though. But yeah, we've seen Gorimbo hurt a couple of times.
I think submission is the side, honestly, the Micallef side.
This guy agrees with you. If it goes to decision, it's very wrong, which I tend to agree.
I also agree with that.
Was a weird clip. I disagree with it. If it goes to decision, the fight was definitely closer than it had to be. If you like the Micallef side, decision, Gorimbo decision only. Okay. I mean, I just don't know. I think Gorimbo on the feet does have knockout power and has better straight punches. So, like, who knows? I mean, sure, Micallef's durable, but
I don't think Gorimbo throws a lot of volume either. Like, he's not really just gonna stand there and throw like ton of volume. So
yeah, he's
gonna have to hurt Micallef, I think. And
I'm telling you guys right now, coming from this Ossetia camp, I think we're gonna see a different Gorimbo. I think we're gonna see something a lot different than we're gonna see a more finished product than we did when he was fighting with who? He was with MMA Masters right before this. So it's like, I don't know, it's a big step up in the training room when you look at it. So
yeah, but he might just grapple too much again, and that might be not good for him. I think he should strike more in this fight, but I
tend to agree with you. I think on the feet is where he's going to have a lot of success compared to grappling.
Yeah, but like Pickham said, it's not like he has a crazy advantage on the feet. Like it's going to be close. He has better hands, but yeah, Micallef has better kicks.
We're talking about advantages on the ground, advantages on the feet. That next fight, Ben Johnston versus Wes Schultz. We got a grappler versus a striker, and I guess Ben Johnston has gotten subs with no hooks in, which is everyone's talking about this week. You got Wes Schultz is plus 120, Ben Johnston's minus 140. There's a very interesting talk about this that someone made a point to me. Like prior to the injuries and retirement on the Johnson side, take that whole aspect away from the line. Where would you line this fight? Picks, I'll ask you first. What would you make this if he wasn't coming out of retirement and an injury? What would you make this fight?
Maybe like minus 180-ish because of striking. I mean, he's a little bit better kickboxer than Schultz.
What do you think, Joff?
Yeah, I think minus 200 maybe. Because considering the 2-year layoff, the injury, and the retirement, like everything, and the UFC debut, like if it was not all because of that, like let's say he already made his debut. And
that's what I'm saying.
And he fought this year, I will make him like minus 200.
I was going to say, I'm thinking minus 200, minus 225. Like, I think that Johnston here is going to be the much better striker. I mean, he's not he doesn't suck on the ground. And Johnston was one of those guys that people talked about, was in Izzy's camp for the Pereira fight. If you go watch this guy's like Muay Thai and kickboxing, he's nasty on the feet. And we know Schultz gets hit and acts all weird. So for me personally, I think Ben's probably going to find the KO here in front of the home crowd. I don't really rate Wes Schultz that much. What do you think, Pick'em?
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you that he should be able to find the knockout, but Schultz he's a good wrestler, man. He can get takedowns on Johnston, I think. I don't know, this fight's kind of sketchy to me. They're sending Schultz over to Australia probably to get, so Johnston can get a highlight reel, and people like Johnston there in Australia. He's got a pretty big fan base. It's kind of crazy to me because he doesn't really fight that often, so I don't know how. But I watched those regional fights, and there's a lot of people cheering for him, so I'm sure that he's going to have a lot of people in the crowd. But I don't know. He hasn't fought in a long time. I mean, he retired, he's 35 years old. They're giving him a really winnable matchup here in Schultz, who's only going to look to wrestle. And if he can't get that wrestling going, he just doesn't look comfortable in the striking. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, we can give him a break for losing to Thicknesse and losing to Abdul Malik. And he had moments in the Abdul Malik fight, I remember. So I'm not ready to go all in Johnston, be like, oh, he's going to knock him out because Thicknesse and Malik knocked him out. I mean, I'm not really ready to say that. But I think Johnston probably could win a late KO or decision, but that's a striking advantage. But
I agree. And that being said, I wouldn't put my money on this fight. There's better fights to bet on. There's no need to bet on this fight. That's kind of how I took it. What do you think, Drav?
I tend to agree with you, Beg, on that one. I think this fight is a mess, but yeah, I do. I take this fight for too long to come out with nothing. But yeah, I'm not going to give a too passionate breakdown because I have a lot to say, but I don't have a good read at the end of the day. So yeah, Johnston is clearly the better striker. He's more technical. He has very good calf kicks. And yeah, Wes Schultz is very hittable and he's slow down in every fight, right? But yeah, he's going to grapple him. The last fight Johnston had, he got taken down and looked like his get-up game is not up to par. So that's something to take note of. But yeah, Wes Schultz he's not it, man. He's really not it. And I think Johnston's ceiling still remains to be seen at this level. But we know Wes Schultz is not at this level. So, yeah, I don't really know what to think. But, yeah, I do think Wes Schultz can maybe take him down. But Wes Schultz, again, himself, he does bad mistakes on the ground and lose bottom, go for submission, end up on his back, lose minutes that way on regional. So, I think Johnston can maybe end up on top, too. He has some submission of his own, right? But, yeah, clearly he could knock him out on the feet, too. I think the way to play him is probably just, take the Johnston KO. I think the calf kick's going to add up. And yeah, he's a much better striker here. But yeah, it is sketchy to bet him after everything you said, like the layoff, the debut, the retirement, and everything. But to me, looking at this, he's the better fighter, and he should win this fight.
Yep, Johnston around the finish.
Cody it's just weird because I don't really know about his cardio either. It looked like he has good cardio, but we don't really know.
The Frazier fight. Everyone's talking about the Frazier fight. It was weird, but
yeah.
I don't know what to make of it.
And by the way, that's the only real opponent he's ever fought. Everyone else he's fought is fucking Uber drivers. I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of sketchy.
Really, Ben KO is 4-1. It's plus 400.
He's probably gonna win by KO if he wins. That's
what I'm saying. Striker. I wouldn't play the money line. I would just play the KO prop.
Yeah,
and
his kicks are kind of nasty too. He throws pretty hard kicks.
Oh yeah,
especially to the body. I mean, so
yeah. Okay, 4-1 seems kind of crazy. I don't know. I didn't realize that. Next fight, Colby Thicknesse, Slickness versus Vince Morales. 16-10 versus 8-1. Odds on these two gentlemen, you get Morales plus 120, Colby Thicknesse minus 140. I've been trying to get to a Morales bet all this week. I actually let a bunch of people know about shout out NTT. Fanatics has the odds flipped. They have Morales sub at plus 850. It's flipped with the KO prop, and it's still there. So feel free to click that just off of the price alone. But I don't know. I've been trying to get to Vince Morales. I was talking to people I can make Vince Morales minus 110, minus 120 in this fight. Does anyone disagree? Drav, I'll have you go first. I mean, where do you see this fight going?
Yeah, so this one, okay, I'm going to give some bets to the people. Okay, so yeah, on this fight, I know a lot of sharps aren't on Vince Morales. I knew that before going into tapes, and I always try not to, I don't want to know about people bets before I tape. I don't want to I don't want to hear them, because sometimes it can influence you even if you don't want to, because you just want to join the sharp side and stuff like that. And then you see the line is just dropping too much. He was like plus 140, plus 150, and he was like plus 100. I'm like, yeah, fuck that shit. I'm going to tape that fight later. And then he went a little bit back up on the line, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to tape it either way. So I went into tape, and I'm like, I don't want to bet him. Like, I don't want to bet Vince Morales. I've never bet him. I was looking into my bet MMA. I've never bet on him ever. So I know a lot of people are frustrated because they try to bet him and he loses, and he almost get that submission. He doesn't. I've never tried to bet him before. So looking into tape, like, honestly, he's the better fighter all around in this fight. Like, it's not even funny. Like, he's the better striker. He's the better grappler. He has better cardio. He fought better people.
He's got good volume.
He has more power. It's like, goddamn, yeah, maybe the wrestling part is close, because I guess Colby can maybe take him down, but I don't think he's going to have an easy time taking him down. And the thing I've noticed with Colby is when he shoot takedown, single and double leg in the middle of the cage, it's very bad the way he does that, especially when he gets a bit tired and he put his head right into front shows. You don't want to do that against Morales, because I know Morales didn't submit like Rosas, like Elijah Smith, and all.
Remember Elijah Smith round 3?
Round 3 twice in that fight, bro. And I mean, that's different level, man. Like, that's a massive step down in competition, and sometimes you got to cap that. I know he's 16-10. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's the much older fighter and everything. But to me here, Cody Thicknesse upside is winning a close 29-28 decision, right? Even in that type of fight, Vince Morales can win, right? But that's his upside. I think the upside on Vince Morales, I think he can knock this guy out maybe, or just submit him. Like, I think he's going to submit him, honestly. That's my outright prediction of the fight. Like you said, the submission prop is like plus 650. I think that's a crazy price. He attacked them almost every single fight. He has opportunity. He's going to go for them. He's opportunistic with them. And I'm pretty confident Colby is going to put his head in the bad spot at some point. And the other thing about this fight is Vince Morales is always pressuring these guys, right? And Colby's going to be on the back foot trying to kick. He has decent kick. I give him that. And he's young. He could be improving, right? But yeah, Vince Morales is going to win the boxing, and I think he's going to pressure him, making him uncomfortable. And I think Morales can take him down too, right? So, and I don't think Colby's going to have an easy time taking him down. So yeah, I think Morales should be a favorite. I think this line should be flipped. So I had to bet him. So I bet him, and I took the submission too. I think it's pretty good angle this week. I know it's kind of mush. Everybody's on that. Every sharp friends of mine on the same side. And sometimes, when that type of thing happen, you're like, God damn, right? Am I missing something? Remind me of
everyone's on Micallef sub as well. So it's like, could be the same.
A lot of sharps on Gorimbo. That line move a full $1. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but what is Matty best? He put his biggest hammer play of the week was Micallef sub. He put 8,000 to win 31K on it.
I didn't see that, but yeah, I mean, that fight is kind of simple, right? You either bet the Micallef sub or the Gorimbo money line. I think that's the way to go. That's why people are on both sides. But in this fight, what I'm saying is, I don't know anybody on Colby Thicknesse this week, right? So that's kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Morales is still the underdog, and I know people like me will bet real and big money on that. That line didn't move too much. It moved, but like, since nobody's on that, it should move to pick him, and it has not yet. So I think that's because of the 3-fight losing streak. I think that's because of people just looking at wiki capping and, the age and everything. But yeah, I think Morales should be a slight favorite in this spot. So I think he's a really good underdog. I guess if he loses a fucking close 29-28 decision, it is what it is. But he has just too much upside to pass at dog money.
So did you play the money line or the sub prop?
I played both.
Perfect. I'll be there with you,
man. I'm right there with you guys, man. Morales is like way better. I mean, when you watch tape on both of them, like side by side, you're like, holy shit. I mean, how's he the underdog? Obviously, he makes mistakes. He doesn't really have the best fight IQ. Morales, I mean, he'll like go for a submission over like keeping position, staying on top of guys. Like, he makes mistakes like that. I mean, but Colby Thicknesse was like 2 minutes, or maybe 1 minute away from losing that fight to Masasa. He basically had to get that takedown. I mean, that's the only reason he won the fight. I mean, even then, I think you could make a case for Masasa on damage. It was a really close fight. I mean, I'm not really going to shit on him for losing to Topuria. Topuria's legit. I've been trying to fade Topuria. Alexander Topuria hasn't really been working out for me. But yeah, I think Morales, if he shows up and he's prepared and he fights just smart, shouldn't even engage in the grappling, honestly. Like, he could probably submit him. I mean, he's definitely more dangerous with those front chokes, but if he just keeps it standing, I mean, it's his fight like all day long. I don't see how Kobe Thicknesse wins. He's not gonna knock him out. He's not gonna outstrike him. Maybe he lands more rolling, but Morales is gonna be landing the better shots.
Maybe the kicking battle at range, right? Just doing a bit more, but it's like super close margin. Even
but I think Morales is gonna be timing those kicks, those low kicks. Like Kobe Thicknesse is so sloppy, bro. Like, I mean, if Morales loses, like the only other time I bet Morales is plus enough for Eliza Smith. That's the only time I've ever bet him in my life. But I think this is like a good matchup for him, low-key. I know a lot of people are on it, so that's kind of scary when everyone's on the dog, same dog. I mean, but I think Morales should be able to get this one done. I know Kobe trains with Volkanovski, and people they're going to be talking about that this week, whatever. But I just haven't seen the improvements from Kobe Thicknesse. I know this is only third fight, but like he actually looked better in the Topuria fight than he did in the Masasa fight. I know he won the Masasa fight, but like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like when I watched both of those fights back to back, I was like, what the hell happened to his striking? His striking looked much worse than that in Masasa fight. But yeah, I'm going Morales plus 120. I bet it. I think it's a good line, plus 120. I mean, this should be like you said, Dravi, it should be a pick 'em because Thicknesse, if he wins, it's gonna win on smaller margins. Like
minus 115 for finish only for Vince.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, that's good. I think.
Hard, by the way, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I agree with Tim here.
Tim? Yeah, for the kill.
The Peruvian necktie.
Take all my money.
Yeah, a lot of the sharps got that plus 155 to plus 140.
Yeah,
I didn't tape it by then. Like I was taping.
I would have bet that pretty big if I had it.
I got on the sub. I got plus 850 on that.
Yeah, that's a very good price, bro. I got 650.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping.
I think like a lot of people are like. I mean, a lot of people are in submission. You could get a submission, but honestly, you could win by decision too. It wouldn't shock me if he just did more damage. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. Obviously, submission like plus 800. That's crazy. Yeah, because he's got more of the finishing upside here.
I know for a fact he's gonna attack them. He's gonna go for them at least once in this fight, and I know Colby's gonna put his head in a bad spot at least once in this fight. And it's like, it didn't submit this other guy, but they are a much better grappler and better fighter. So, yeah, I'm willing to take a shot at this price.
Yeah, I actually just grabbed Morales plus 120 on DraftKings, too.
It might even get better, like, later in the week, because when everyone's going to parlay all the fighters, like, all full card parlays and shit, like, it's probably going to get a little bit wider. But I think it's good enough still.
All right.
With GM3.
Let's move on. GM3 versus Malkoun. I think Malkoun is what, like minus 1,000 or minus 1,200 now.
Never thought I'd see that one day.
GM3 is plus 700. I mean,
does Malkoun and Gorimbo has the same nickname, or am I tripping? What's Gorimbo?
Mamba.
No, what's his name? I thought it was something similar. Click on Gorimbo.
I'll tell you in a second. Well, you go give your breakdown for this. He is also Mamba.
What?
they're both Mamba.
Okay, who's the best Mamba? Malkoun versus Gorimbo. Book it.
I mean this Malkoun fight. I mean, GM3 is just so washed. Like, I think Malkoun beats him however he wants. Anyone disagree with that?
Yeah, no, he's gonna win the fight.
I agree.
I don't know how he wins, KO or decision. Both are very live, but yeah, he's gonna win the fight.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna finish him too. I mean, it's minus 200 for a finish. I mean, I can't really even play that, but he's gonna finish him probably in the first round.
I agree with this. Malkoun by whatever he wants. I think.
Yeah, but you love not finishing guys. He should have finished fucking Torres Finney. He was done.
I mean, Finney's tough though. Like even with an injury, he's pretty fucking tough.
I know he's tough, but he should have finished him, and he should have finished too. What's this other guy? Nick Maximov. He didn't finish. He was injured too in the fights. Like he carried these guys to decision.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to bet the ITD at minus 200 or like the under, because I don't think GMT is going to finish him.
For the best, hope for something.
Like Malkoun's actually pretty good. I mean, I remember I thought he beat Brendan Allen like a couple of years ago. Like honestly,
I had Malkoun by decision 7-1.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell they gave that to Allen. He got more takedowns on him.
GM3 sub 2, sub 3. GM3 sub 3, 40-1.
And I know people are going to be playing that round 3. I mean, how can you not, right? He's got so many late submissions.
You missed it years ago. Years ago was the time to play it. Drav, when did we hit it against? What's his name? Was it Shabazian?
And then Shabazian.
Shabazian.
Yeah. That's the story with Shabazian.
All right. Next. Also, I didn't see Where did they put? Oh, is he on the main card? Makwani or whatever his name is
on the main card.
Rahiki.
Yeah, Rahiki, whatever. Junior Tafa, Kevin Christian, 9-3, 6-5. I mean, Tafa is -210. Christian is +180. You gotta think Tafa finds the KO here. If he doesn't find it here, I don't think I know when he's gonna find it. What do you think, Pick'em?
Yeah, it should be Tafa round one, man. He's like way better boxer, has more power, he's durable. I think Tafa is actually like one of the most durable guys in this weight class. I know he doesn't have good submission defense. He can be winning fights and he loses like because he gets tired, like he doesn't want to be there anymore. So it's hard trusting a guy like Tafa -200, but like this is a tailor-made matchup for him. Kevin Christian could give him some issue with those low kicks at range, maybe. He stays on the outside, doesn't really engage in the up close much, but I think eventually Tafa is gonna crack him with something big, and then I don't think Kevin Christian has the durability to be able to recover the way Alcona recovered after those knockdowns. But how can you trust Tafa like at chalk? You can't. I just can't do it, bud. And his KO props like not even plus money either. So like fuck that.
No,
round one's like +185, so I'm not playing that shit either.
Yeah, him to win by inside the distance is -130.
Like if you want to look at Kevin Christian round 2 submission, honestly, like that's the way he's gonna win. Like he could if Tafa gets tired beating him up early, like that's probably when Kevin Christian can capitalize on him later. But like I just don't see it, man. I think it's gonna be a first round KO for Tafa.
FanDuel has Tafa KO -120. I actually don't hate that, to be honest. That's probably how he's gonna win. What is this? This book has it -300. That's Polymarket. I still don't understand how Polymarket works. So if anyone wants to teach me on that, let me know. But that's crazy. Drav, anything different from you for this one?
Yeah, Tafa should knock this guy out, man. He really should.
Money.
I have some,
Yo, anyone who lays juice of parlays with Tafa, that weren't you and Key talking about doing that?
I mean,
you guys were talking about that same parlay.
I mean, it might be easy. It might be like both round 1 KOs.
Honestly, like Kevin Christian he's not it, bro. But like, if he wins by triangle, would you be all that surprised? Like, just be real. Like, if Tafa just knocked him down or something, and then he
dove in for it and ruined everyone's parlay and bet.
Yeah, but like, I mean, let's be real. Tafa should, knock this guy out. He should knock this guy the fuck out. But it's just sketchy laying -2xx. I know some people got better prices, but at this price, I think it's a little bit sketchy.
Champs is always on top of it. I that's exactly what I was thinking. All the bullshit he throws in the middle, he's gonna get caught.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. So that's that. They're all laughing at you guys for betting that, for talking about that parlay. I wonder if Key actually took it. Next fight, Rowston versus Robert Bryczak. Bryczak is 18-6. Rowston is 14-3. Odds on these two gentlemen, you could get Rowston at -160. You get Bryczak at +140. I'm gonna go first here. I took Bryczak +220 earlier in the week, and I think that Cam Rowston is so due to lose because I'm pretty sure, like, can't remember if I think it was Dana White Contender Series that I bet the other guy to win. Can't remember what was his name on
Finney?
Holmes, Brandon Holmes. Yeah,
shame on us.
And that turned out a terrible bet. But this guy Rowston is like finding these KOs against Petrosky, Sure, like all these different guys. But like a guy in Bryczak, you watch that Tavares fight. Tavares is a UFC vet, and he's finding a KO in round 3, which is hard to do against A, Brad Tavares, who doesn't get finished, and B, he's carrying power late. Yeah, most of his game is like that close boxing, but like Rowston does that tall man's defense, and Robert throws long hooks and long strikes. So I think this is just a recipe for disaster. Rowston wants to get into a war, so be it. Robert's durable. Robert's got KO power. Rowston wants to get hit, so be it. I think Robert could find the finish there. Only issue we have is, the grappling of Rowston. Supposedly he's a pretty good grappler. We've seen it every here and there, but not like a fluent grappling game plan. So I don't know. For me, I think it's Robert at plus odds here. This guy said the spread. I mean, I could see it. I didn't bet it, but what is the spread on him? Isn't it something like wide? I thought it was like a big minus. I don't know. What do you think, Pick'em?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cam Rowston. I think he's like a lot better. He has more ways to win this fight. And I think it's pretty durable. He fights well at range. And I think Bryczak, I think he might have fought at Torres. I don't know if he fought him in the Apex or what, but Torres has been washed, bro. I think Torres doesn't have durability anymore. Like, he doesn't have like what he had before. Just like, and he was taking him down. I mean, Torres took him down in the first round, controlled him. And I haven't really seen Torres do that to a lot of people in the UFC. So I don't even think Torres is really like a wrestler or grappler. And he was controlling him pretty well. I mean, Bryczak hurt him in the first round. Then he kind of like, the only time was hurting him when he had him up against the cage. And I feel like Rowston has pretty good footwork. He's going to be moving the whole time. I do worry because he has that tall man defense. Like, his hands are low, so there's like, obviously you got to be worried about that if you're laying minus 200, minus 300. But like, now that the line came down at like close to minus 200, I think he's definitely like going to be my pick. And I think Rowston has better cardio. He's pretty tough. I mean, he's fighting at home. Brish is I think he's kind of KO or bust here. So yeah, that's what I think. I mean, so I'm gonna go with Rowston in this one.
What do you think, Drav?
Yeah, I'm gonna align with Peg on this one. I do think that
doesn't happen often, guys.
Yeah,
no.
But I do think now that the line has dropped, it's a harder click. Like, he's plus 145. I wouldn't bet him at plus 140, plus 145 personally, because there's some risk on it. Like, first of all, when he's off his back, he's not good. He has bad get-up game and bad jiu-jitsu. So I think if he's stuck on his back, I think Rowston can, win some top time and maybe finds a submission. But I will say, I don't think Cam Rowston wrestling is all that good. And I think Robert has good hips and good takedown defense. So it's not a guarantee he's going to get him down. And if he does not get him down, the dynamic of this fight is, I think Cam Rowston's striking is being a lot overrated this week. Like, he's a decent striker, but his striking is not all that. He's not all that powerful. He does have some good calf kick and some good knees up the middle, but he's gonna need some space to land those calf kicks. And Robert, the way he pressure with the boxing, I don't think Cam Rowston's gonna have an easy time landing those calf kicks at distance. And in the pocket, Robert's the way sharper boxer with more power, and Rowston is very hittable with that chin up in the air. He's been hurt in the UFC and outside the UFC. I know he's tough, like you said, but Robert Bryczak hit very hard, so I do think it's very live to hurt him and knock him out. And even if he does not, I do think he play out competitive over 15 minutes personally. Like, Robert, he does slow down a bit, but I don't think he has like bad cardio per se. He still managed to find a third round knockout over Brad Tavares after having a very good first round and slowing down a bit in round 2. So I think he gets second wins into his fight. So yeah, his cardio management might not be the best, but I do think that overall he has a lot of paths to win this fight, whether it is KO or just ending the bigger shot over 15 minutes. And I think Cam Rowston is overrated. I don't think he's all that, and I think that he's going to get cut on the chin very big. Is he going to survive or not? I'm not too sure about that, but I do think he's going to get hurt in this fight. So yeah, Robert is the side for me. It's yeah. I do cap Cam Rowston a favorite, but I cap him minus 150. So the line now is closer to accurate. It's minus 160. So yeah, I don't think you should be betting this fight at this line. So if Cam Rowston get to like minus 130 range, I do think he's a side to bet on. But yeah, if you had Robert around plus 200, I think that was a good bet too. I'll depend on number at the end of the day.
Rowston, significant strikes, and Bryczak plus 3.5 same game parlay. That's too much. Makes my head hurt. I think Cam is a better fighter, but my guts tell me Bryczak. And then this is the spread from last fight: minus 110, minus 130. Bryczak decision 5-1, wins and run round 1, round 2, and survives round 3. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. Yeah. I guess that's pretty much it for this one. All right, guys, we're going on to our main card. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get this channel as big as possible as soon as we can. So please, it's all we ask for your support. All right, first fight of the night on the main card. We're opening up with a heavyweight slop fest. We got Sutherland versus Tuivasa. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen someone's Tapology just look like this. Just a straight red bar with 6 losses in a row. And then Sutherland is probably looking for his first UFC win here. Hasn't gotten, don't get me wrong, they didn't give Louis any favors, giving him Pericic, who we'll talk about later, and Walker. Odds on these two gentlemen, you get Tuivasa minus 220. You get Louis Sutherland plus 185. Drava, how do you go first here? I mean, do you think Louis finds the takedowns that he needs to win this fight, or does Ty finally get a win here?
No, I don't think Sutherland is good, man. I think if he wins, he probably get a takedown or two and win the clinch, maybe something like that, right? But yeah, it's there's levels to this shit. I've said this list last week, right? In some of these fights with Sterling versus Law. I know it's a different conversation, but I think there's, sometimes there's levels, and not to say Tai Tuivasa is the next coming or anything like that, but he's been losing and fighting the top 5 in the heavyweight division, right? So, we know he's not a top 5 or top 10 UFC fighter. We know that for a fact. But I also know that he's UFC caliber at the end of the day. He has wins in the UFC. He had big moments against, good fighter like Cyril Gane in the past. And he has big power. He has a good chin. And he's the one fighting at home. The UFC trying to give him a win in this spot. Sutherland, he was better on the regional. You can see the shape he's in on this picture compared to the shape he's in the UFC. That tell you everything you need to know on the first thing of this fight. And then after that, I think he was durable in the past. I always thought that going into the UFC. But at the same time, he's never really fought someone that hit hard with big power. And, the first guys he's fought that can, hurt him, and Pericic, he got knocked out badly in the first round. And, he just got knocked out like a month ago. And they're, giving him Tuivasa after that. In Perth. So it's pretty obvious what they're trying to do here. I do think Ty is going to, hit him pretty hard early, land those calf kicks, and probably find the kill shot. But if he does not find the kill shot, probably turns into a sloppy fight. Both guys get tired. But even if that's the case, I trust Ty to do more over 15 than the bigger shot, the better striker. And, again, massive step down in competition for Tuivasa here. I know it's not an easy click. He's, on a 6-fight losing streak, and he's minus 220. But again, that should tell you something, right? But what is he now? Yeah, minus 220. I don't think I will be betting that on with being real with you guys. I've bet him at a better price, but yeah, I cap him to 70%, so minus 233. Yeah, so minus 220.
Parlaying with Tafa, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I guess you can maybe play the KO, but again, I'm not super confident he finds the KO, but I do think he's gonna get it.
What about the under? Under one, I think the under is 1.5.
Yeah, the thing with the under is I think the only finishing upside of the fight is tie KO in round 1 and 2. I don't think Sutherland has KO upside or submission upside in this fight, personally.
Okay, all right. What do you think, Pickham?
Yeah, I was kind of undecided on this one. I was like, oh, fuck, Tuivasa is probably not, training anymore, but I don't even know if that's going to matter. Sutherland's, just not he's taking this fight in a couple days' notice. The UFC called him. They're like, oh, come over to Australia. We'll give you another fight. And I'm still not sure what Sutherland's even good at. He can wrestle a little bit. He can, he's pretty tough, though. I mean, he's got some nasty low kicks. He landed a pretty nasty low kick on Walter Walker, who hasn't fought since then, because I think his leg's compromised still. So I do think Sutherland can have moments in this fight. And I mean, I'm at that point where Tuivasa has to prove it to me, bro. And I know Sutherland hasn't really proven anything, but he's plus 200 almost. So I'm at that point. I'm just gonna pick Sutherland just based on faith and hope that he shows up. He goes out there and fights hard. But I don't know if if it goes over plus 200, maybe I'll take a shot on him, just on blind faith. And Tuivasa's he's gonna have to prove it to me, man. I just can't do it. I can't back someone that I know he's lost some of the best guys in the division, but I don't know. Even the Teixeira fight was kind of ugly too. He looked really tired. They're both fucking sitting on the canvas together, having a picnic. I don't fucking know, bro.
And
yeah, give me Sutherland to win.
Easily. The Teixeira takedowns were so easy to get that I think a guy like Sutherland is going to get them.
Honestly, Teixeira should have finished him in the first round. I was disappointed. I had him by submission, bro, plus 750, and he couldn't fucking submit.
I did too.
Whale.
I did too. I had the same bet as you.
Yeah, I mean,
it was frustrating, to be honest. But I mean,
this is a good matchup for him, though. This is one of the better matchups for Tuivasa, and UFC they know what they're doing. I mean, so he might go out there, knock him out in the first round, do a shoey after. So I hope he wins. I want him to win.
Books moved everything to 2.5 minus 170, but FanDuel is still sitting steady at 1.5 plus 125 for under 1.5. So I thought I saw a pick 'em on under 1.5. My bet's going to be under 1.5 at plus 120. I think that, like people are saying in the chat, like I feel like Ty KO 1 is pretty obvious. That's probably most of his upside. Outside of that, it'll probably go the distance. Tim was talking about Ty points or KO. I'm sure probably both those are relatively plus odds, so it's probably win-win. Oh yeah, Ty decisions 5-1. And then what's round 1 KO? Round 1 KO is, tell you in a second. Round 1 KO.
It's probably like plus 250 or some shit.
I'm looking at the wrong fight.
Maybe 400, 300.
Round 1 KO for Tai Tuivasa won't even open up for me right now. That's great. All right, here we go. Round 1 KO for Tuivasa is
It's plus 200 on Bet Online.
Yeah, plus 215 on DraftKings, plus 210 on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like. The only time I bet that plus 200 round 1 KO, I think it was Micallef over fucking what's his name? That Canadian.
This was criminal.
I don't remember his name. Marc-Andre Barrios. Yeah, that's the only time I bet it at plus 185. I don't like betting round props at that line.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Tim's idea. Tim's onto something here. Probably the best way to do it, or just play the under plus 120 and hope for the best. But picking a side on this is nasty work, I think. I think you're better off just betting something else. Next fight, we are also in the heavyweight division. We are looking at, I still haven't given Shamil a nickname, but we'll call him Big Meal Shamil versus Brando Pericic, the Balkan Bear, 6-1 versus 14-2. Odds on these two gentlemen are, let me see. You could get Brando at minus 130. You get Shamil at minus or plus 110. I'll go first here. I mean, looking at this fight, I bet Brando minus 130. Reason is because after seeing how Shamil felt after getting hit last fight, wasn't a good look. And like going back into a bunch of his fights, I also bet Biggie Boy at like, I think it was like plus 190 and then plus 140 live against him. Gas tank's not there. And I think, honestly, when we all bet, I remember me, Drav, and Key all bet plus 145 on Gaziev versus Budai.
Yeah, I was on that too.
Budai was his best performance. You go look back at his tape. That's where he's looked the best. Outside of that, he hasn't looked that good. And we got a guy in Brando who throws heavy leg kicks. He's so dynamic and fast for a heavyweight. Straight punches down the middle, power, speed. Takedowns are there. If you watched Sutherland try and take him down, sprawling no problem, rotating right to the back, throwing ground and pound. Like, I don't really see a Shamil win because people are counting on the takedowns. Like, I think Shamil gets cracked early here. I think the leg kicks and the striking is just going to be too fast for Shamil. So I think Pericic probably gets him out of there in one round. So I don't know. This is a Brando spot for me, even at minus 130. We're going to ride this train to the top. What do you think, Pick'em?
Yeah, I'm on Pierce's side, but I do worry a little bit because when he strikes, he leaves a lot of openings, bro. Like, he's there to be hit and be countered. And then also, like, we don't know what his cardio looks like in the later half of this fight if he makes it that far.
He was huffing and puffing after the last fight.
I mean, not that because he was like anything like a cardio monster himself. I mean, but we have seen him go longer. Like, he went to the 4th round, I think, against Rowston, and he quit because he was so tired. But yeah, I mean, we've seen him go longer. Like, UFC, they try to push Gaziev before, and things just haven't really been working out for him. But like, he struggles against people that have athleticism over him, like Waldo. I bet Waldo there. I bet him over Budai at plus 130. I think I bet the KO there too. And then he lost to Rowston, right? Rowston is a good kickboxer, and he took him down in the 1st round. Like, he was able to, like, I think he won the 1st round, lost the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then the fight got stopped. I'm picking Pericic and I bet him, but I do worry a little bit because he's going from fighting guys like Sutherland and what's the other guy's name? Fucking some other Brazilian. So this is going to be a test for him. This is going to show us how far he's going to go in this division. So yeah, I like Pericic. I mean, I like what he's shown us in the UFC, but I would shock if Gaziev knocked him out or something. I mean, I know people like, oh, he's not going to knock him out, but he could. Gaziev has some power, man. He's a fucking big boy. But
heavyweight at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's heavyweight, exactly. Like, and I do think Brando has good takedown defense. So I don't know if Gaz is going to have an easy time just taking him down in our wrestling game. like he did over Dontel Mays. I think Brando should be able to hurt him at some point and then finish him. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, Brando's lock or anything like that, because he's not, I think. But I like the upside on Brando.
What do you think, Joff?
Yeah, I don't have a good read on this one. I would maybe bet Pericic if the line was like pick him or plus money, but there's some unknown on his side about the cardio and the grappling and everything. I do think that if the fight get extended, it can be tricky for him. But yeah, I mean, he has big power. He's at home, and I think they're trying to set him up. They're trying to set him up, but it doesn't always work out for the UFC. So yeah, Gaziev, he's hittable. He's been knocked out recently, so yeah, I guess he's probably gonna get knocked out again here, but it seems kind of too obvious. I have some weird feeling about this fight, so I'm just passing on it. But yeah, I'm picking Pericic to get a knockout early.
I watched Gaziev's interview, bro, and he said he sleeps like 13-14 hours every fucking day. I mean, this dude, all he does is sleep.
You look like that.
Yeah, he said that's what he said. I mean, I don't know, you guys know that YouTuber, like, I don't know what his name is, Jaden Cable or some shit like that.
Oh, the new guy that's popped up.
Yeah, the industry plan. I mean,
he kind of annoying.
Yeah, I watched that interview and like Gazi was like, I don't know. He seems like one of those guys, like he's not all in or on MMA. I don't know, but like,
well, everyone talked about he was like an Olympic volleyball player or something like that. No, seriously, he was. He was like an Olympic volleyball player at some point. So I don't know. What do you think? I think Drop, you went already too. So that's what we're looking at. Gaziev is a good hammer, terrible nail. Tend to agree. Shamil sub round 8-1. Grapple sub comes, has been round 1. Ends in round 1, probably good. That's interesting. Yeah, Jaden Cable. Brando
and also, like, I'm kind of curious to see what Gazi's approach is gonna be, because like in that Waldo fight, he just ran head first into like fucking against Waldo, like just pressure right from the jump. I do think like maybe he's gonna take his time this time. Like he's not gonna rush in like he did last fight. So yeah, it should be an interesting fight for sure.
And we've seen him. Remember when he ran like head first into the cage against Rosenstruck, when he was like sprinting at Rosenstruck and running head first and hitting the cage. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you look it up, I'm pretty sure he was like an Olympic volleyball player. I'm thinking of the right guy, believe it or not. But yeah, next fight, Marwan Rahiki versus Ali Schmid. 4-2 versus 8-0. This is a city kickboxing guy that pulled up out of nowhere because you got to keep Marwan Rahiki on the card because he's so entertaining. Odds in these two gentlemen, I think it was pretty wide. I thought I saw like it was like minus 1,000 and like plus 500, something like that. Let me go look. All right, minus 700 plus 500 right now, minus 750 plus 550. So that's what we're looking at for these two guys. Java, how do you go first? Did you tape this one and look into it? Are you taking anything on it, or are you?
No, I didn't tape it, so you guys can go.
Yeah, I haven't taped this new guy either. I don't know how good he looks.
So Peg is the only guy.
You're gonna have to be a lone wolf on this one.
All right, it's all right. It's not common that people are like, oh, Peg's the only one who taped. Schmid, not great. Very basic game. If you look at like some of the video I've seen, like it's hard to find some of his fights. Some of them you can find on Fight Pass, but like I don't know how you bet a guy in Rahiki minus 700 where his hands are down, his chin is out there. Like, yeah, like Champ said it best. Like Schmidt's like all right. Like you could tell he's 4-2, middle of the pack, working on getting there, probably could improve over time. And then Marwan is just going to just swing for the fences, try and knock this guy out. So, like, I don't know. Did they even drop props yet? Can you see unders?
I don't think so. I mean, I saw the line, it was minus 800, and I was like, I don't want to bet minus 800 over a guy who's, like, gets hit a lot.
All right. So they dropped unders. Under 1.5 is minus 180. I mean,
yeah,
not great either. Because, like,
it's not good.
No, it's not good. I mean, I don't find Ali finding a KO, and like Rahiki, sure he can, but this guy Ali Schmid, like he's tough. Like he's not like I'm not gonna sit here and say he's a bum, but he's just middle of the pack. Like I don't like. There's a chance he like survives and digs it out. So like,
honestly, like round 2 KO, round 3 KO, because like this guy's taking this fight on short notice, so like something to look at. I don't know what the props are gonna be. Probably not gonna be good. He's a massive favorite, so I don't know. Like maybe round 2 KO for Rahiki, round 3 KO. I played his KO over Hardwick. I mean, he couldn't fight. Hardwick's got a chin on him for sure, though.
Yeah, Well, not
holy
anymore.
shit, I got lucky with that one.
His chin's gone now, but he had a chin. Yeah,
Ricky's actually a grappler too, right? Like, can he have success grappling this guy? I don't know. Like, I gotta watch tape on this new guy.
I don't even remember seeing much.
Because like Rahiki used to grapple like before he came into the UFC, and now he just wants to be exciting, right? Like, yeah, he's probably gonna get knocked out at some point in the UFC. It's gonna happen soon, I think, depending on the matchup. I don't know if it's gonna be this guy.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan here. Like Rahiki, a guy who holds his hand down and fights like that. Like, I don't think Ali is gonna be the guy to do it for sure, but someone eventually. Like, you can't just do what he does and continue in the UFC, especially at the higher level. All right.
Yeah, under like minus 180, I wouldn't play it. Like, I'm not gonna play that.
No.
In a featherweight fight, if it was like light heavyweights, I mean, same type of matchup, I'd probably play it. But like featherweights, I mean, I don't know.
No,
minus 180 is kind of expensive.
I think you just pass it and you just enjoy the show, see what this guy Ali looks like, and maybe bet him next fight. All right, this fight, next one we got is Elliott versus Erceg. Line on these two gentlemen, the line has come in a lot. We see Erceg at minus 185, Elliott at plus 160. This is one of those lines that we saw was at plus 300, also came in. So a lot of dogs are getting hammered this card. I mean, Drav's not here, so Pick'em will have you go first. I mean, do you think Tim Elliott puts on a performance, or do you think
I think like earlier in the week, bro, like I tweeted like, oh, I was like, no one should be betting like fucking Steve Erceg minus 400. The line came down, right? I mean, it should have, right? It makes sense now. Because like at most, Steve Erceg should be. I think he should be the favorite because he's a much better, cleaner striker. He's a lot younger, 10 years younger, and he has good grappling. I mean, he's probably not going to get subbed by Tim Elliott, maybe unless he's like completely done, which I don't think he is. I mean, so my pick is going to be Steve Erceg, but like I got Tim Elliott plus 290, so like I had to bet that. I kind of waited. I mean, I could have got plus like over 300, but like I was waiting a little bit to see what happened with the line. So I only bet a little bit to win 1 unit on Tim Elliott money line, but I'm prepared to lose that money line because I do think Steve Erceg wins this fight more times than not. So that's like one of those bets where like you got to just be prepared if it loses, but it could win. He could get some takedowns on Steve Erceg. I mean, this guy was up 2 rounds over Micallef. I mean, not many fights ago. Yeah. He went out there, submitted Samir Darzi by submission. I mean, Samir Darzi's not an easy guy to finish. I know I know Chanel finished him back in the day, but like Chanel took an ass whooping early. I think Tim Elliott can get takedowns here. So if you want to play the takedowns for Tim Elliott, like 3-4 takedowns, I mean that's probably a good spot here. And that's the way he's gonna win. If he can get takedowns to Steve Erceg, he's gonna win. His striking, I mean, it's like really awkward, and he knows how to land. I mean, but I don't think if this fight stays standing for 15 minutes, I think Steve Erceg is probably gonna win 30-27, maybe even. So I do think Tim Elliott needs takedowns. I mean, but it could be close. Tim Elliott is going to get takedowns on him. He's got good cardio. He's going to pressure Steve Erceg, I think. Yeah, so I think the line now makes sense. Like, what is it, like plus 200 now, I think, or like around there makes sense now. But yeah, earlier, like Tim Elliott, like plus 300. I mean, plus even some people got him even better odds. I mean, so I think it was a dogger pass. Now it's just a pass. Like at this point, it's just a pass. Like I think Steve Erceg should probably win. Like my pick's gonna be Steve Erceg by decision.
Yeah, so I actually gave out spread of the week this week is Tim Elliott plus 3.5 at minus 130. The reason is I think Tim Elliott can find takedowns and definitely can find success early with volume, stuff like that. Erceg doesn't necessarily find separation in many fights unless it's by finish. People talking about Erceg sub. We don't see Elliott getting subbed unless it's by the top guys in the division, and all Erceg subs come outside the UFC. He hasn't found a UFC submission yet just because of the higher level of grappling, and Tim Elliott's not a guy that's going to get easily subbed like that. I saw a post going around about Tim Elliott, and he just saw his interview. He's talking about he get eliminated running and like workout, stuff like that. He's going for his first UFC KO. So who knows?
He's just saying that bullshit. I mean, people like fighters say stuff like that every week.
Yeah, who knows what this guy's going to do? He's kind of crazy. But I don't know. I think this has 29-28 decision written all over it for me personally. So I think Tim Elliott plus 3.5 is a fine line. Like, sure. I mean, people say this a lot. I think I could see Tim Elliott being like a value loser here where it's like the value's on the line, but he ends up just losing a close decision. And that's why, for that reason, I'm taking the spread on him. And I think I saw a guy up here. Someone said it. Oh, yeah, this guy, Mr. Poopy Pants, said Tim Elliott or play the spread. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Jaw, what do you got?
Yeah, I do think Erceg in this fight, he has a big cardio edge. Like in round 3, I think he's going to look good. I know a lot of people on Tim Elliott. Personally, I think Erceg is the rightful favorite. I didn't fully tape this fight yet, but with what I've seen so far, I do think he's the better fighter, much younger, fighting at home. Tim is older, and he's talking about injuries and shit like that after his last fight. I don't like to hear that. And yeah, Erceg, like I said, I think he win round 3 at a very high clip, and I think he's more likely to finish the fight by submission. But yeah, over a 15 minutes fight, I guess Tim win a round probably. I agree with you there. Like the spread is probably a good look, but I'm not sure he wins the fight. Like I think Erceg win either decision or find a submission at some point.
Okay. You think the sub, huh? Erceg minus 180 is great. All right, let's get to the co-main event of the evening. Jobs Boy versus Uncle Benny. Beneil Dariush versus Quillen SAlkilld. 11-1 versus 23-7. Almost like a passing of the torch fight. Benny is plus 375. SAlkilld is minus 500. A lot of talks. A lot of sharps are talking about betting Benny this week. I've seen it around. Yeah, he did have a knee injury too, Tim. But all right, I mean, pick him. You go first in this fight. I mean, do you think SAlkilld finds a finish?
Yeah, that's the question, right? I mean, that's why he's minus 400 or minus 500 because Dariush has no chin. That's like the only reason this line's so fucking wide, bro. Like if Dariush had a chin, this wouldn't be that wide. I mean, maybe Dariush should be like plus 120, plus 140 based on the age factor. Like, I mean, I think SAlkilld is a better striker, better range with the kicks, and he knows how to mix it up pretty well, and he can grapple. Like, even like if they're both the same age, I mean, in their prime, even Dariush in his prime with the chin, I think this would be like even money, maybe even then, because the stylistic matchup. I mean, I'm gonna pick SAlkilld, but like, I'm not betting. I don't know if I want to trust him at minus 400 because like the only way he's gonna cover that price if he can knock him out. I think. That's the only way I see him covering that minus 400 price.
How do you feel about the over 1.5 plus 125?
Yeah, it's not something I want to like.
If it
was like plus 150, plus 170, like around there, maybe like you're willing to take a shot and like say Dariush has got a chin. He's pretty tough. I mean, I will say one thing though. If SAlkilld drops Dariush and he tries to grapple, like it's probably gonna go over. This fight's probably gonna go longer because I don't think SAlkilld can hurt. I think he can hurt him, but I don't think he's gonna be able to club and sub him because Dariush is like, unless he goes out cold, like yeah, maybe then. But I think it's not easy out grappling Dariush, even when he's hurt. Like he's pretty fucking. He knows how to grapple really well. He's like a Nogi world champion. I mean, I don't know how many times he was a champion, but like he was out grappling Oliveira. He was out grappling Moicano. I picked in the Moicano fight, but like he got dropped in the first round in that fight too. So like. Yeah, he just has no ability to take shots. I mean, and Moicano got tired in that fight. I remember I watched his interview after, and he's like, "Oh, I was tired. Like he thought he was gonna find the knock, and he couldn't do it, and he just kind of got a little bit tired of making mistakes. Was grappling Dariush, which was a mistake, because I think Dariush is one of the best grapplers in this weight class. But yeah, obviously the striking difference. I mean, SAlkilld is gonna be much faster. He's gonna have the power advantage, even though I don't think he hits that hard with his hands. It's mostly those kicks. But I do think it's not going to take much at this point. I mean, so I picked Dariush over Benoit something. It's probably the worst pick ever, but it is what it is. Because I was like, maybe something he can't out grapple fucking Dariush, and so like I picked him because of that. But like, yeah, we all know what happened there. I can't do it anymore. I mean, Dariush is like he's a company man, right? So he's going to take any fight CFC give him. And I'm going to pick SAlkilld KO probably like in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, so I actually like the over here, and I like it a lot. It's plus 125, plus odds on a nice over. I mean, listen, I get it. Benny's chin's gone. This is a huge step up for Quillen SAlkilld, and also, when did SAlkilld become this huge KO guy where he's finishing people early? He's got this big knockout power. Quillen came in as a decent striker and a very prominent grappler. Now he's going against a world level grappler. And yeah, they're talking about Benny's chin being gone. Yes, we know it's gone. but it's gone against guys, in the top of the division who throw heavy in BSD, Charles, Armin. Now he's getting a guy just coming up. And like, I think a lot of this is cooked into that highlight Nasrat head kick KO. Like if he doesn't find one of these big KOs, this fight's going over. Do I think Benny's going to be winning it? No, but I do think that like this fight probably goes over. It's a levels game. SAlkilld's doing his first co-main event. Nerves are going to be there. Maybe he tries to grapple. Like you said, even if he hurts him and doesn't like knock him out cold, he's not going to club and sub him. He would have to go into his guard or do something like that. And if that's the case, it's definitely getting dragged over. So for me personally, I like the over 1.5. Just play that. I think I saw in the comments, where is it? 2-3 guy anyways. I agree. Like I went into this tape being like, yeah, Nasrat, once in a lifetime head kick KO. It's like the first time we've seen Nasrat boarded like that. Jamie Malarkey is fucking Jamie Malarkey. But I don't know. For me personally, like I'll take the over, just small, like for a unit or something like that, just to play it. Because if it does, it'll probably look favorite if it does go over, and if it goes under, it's probably dead relatively quickly. And hey, you tried. So over 1.5 plus odds is there all day for me. What do you think, Drav?
Yeah. So this fight is kind of weird because if you like the over, you should also take Dariush money line. Personally, I
could take Dariush decision
because like one of these line is wrong. If you think if SAlkilld win and cover, he's gonna knock him out in the first round and the under is gonna cash. But if he does not do that, over 15 minutes, like I don't think if he doesn't catch him early, because Dariush almost every time he's been knocked out, it was early on. I don't think now out of sudden like he's gonna go into a war and take a lot of big shots, don't get knocked out and, get knocked out in round 3 or some shit. Like if he gets knocked out, he's going to get caught with something big early. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, like you said, like he's a very good counter grappler. He has good boxing, some power, and, it can be competitive over 15 minutes for sure. But yeah, I do think SAlkilld is the real deal. I've been riding his train since day one, since the Dynamite Contender Series. I don't think he's ready for this step up now, and he's catching Dariush at the right time. Dariush now is not the same Dariush that beat Gamrot in 2022. So his chin is cooked. That's sad to say, but it is what it is. Like you can say like BSD, Armin, everything. Like who is BSD and Armin knocking out in the first round, bro? Like they're not knocking out a lot of people in the first round like that. So I do think SAlkilld's gonna catch him with like a big head kick or something. And I just hope he doesn't try to grapple too much early. That would be a mistake.
Yeah. Benny decisions 8-1. That's what I think. Like if you're gonna play Benny in over, like you like Benny so much, bet the decision prop, right? 8-1. That's probably where.
Or like decision only. What's decision only for Dariush?
Let's take.
I played that over Santoni. I mean, I got like plus. I think it was like plus 100 or something.
Decision.
Over Santoni.
Decision only is usually at the bottom. Decision only Beneil Dariush. That plus 125.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that's
probably
weird. Isn't that kind of weird?
Should be more than that.
That's right. Isn't that kind of, now you're looking at it? It's kind of weird, right? Why? That's a very weird price.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch this fight, bro. Like, I mean, I do think like SAlkilld's gonna get him.
They actually have it pretty close, and SAlkilld's only minus 170 for scar card no finish is minus 170, so it's minus 170 plus 125. But if you have scorecards equal no action, is minus 1,000 on SAlkilld and plus 500 for Benny, so that makes more sense. But I don't know, pretty interesting how they have that. They have it's funny, they have the takedown props at over half a takedown for each guy, plus odds for both of them, so they don't expect much grappling to go.
I mean,
on.
Dariush, I watched his interview and he said he's not eating protein, he's eating more carbs now, and it's going to help his chin. I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah,
that's what he said in an interview this week.
Yeah, maybe that you're 40 fucking years old and you've been knocked out a ton of times. I don't know. I don't care what you're eating. Nothing's helping it at this point. So I don't get that. But yeah, Benny points 9-1 split, 25-1. Tim's always on top of his shit. So yeah, that's what we got there. Main event time, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates, a striker's delight. Carlos Prates is 23-7. Jack Della Maddalena 18-3. His first fight after losing the belt to Islam. Odds on these two gentlemen, it's minus 105 and minus 115. Prates is a little bit more of a favorite, so it's kind of a straight up pick 'em. I'll go first. Carlos Prates, and this is all bias included. Carlos Prates is my favorite fighter in the UFC, not because of the cigarette thing. I think that's kind of just, overrated and overplayed at this rate. Like, that's what cost you your fight against Gary, where he was crawling to get to the cage, right? But I think here, this is just a perfect matchup for him. The reason is, a lot of people talk about like Jack Della Maddalena with the volume and things like that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's where it gives Carlos Prates issues, like we saw that versus Ian Gary. But Ian Gary's throwing volume at range, coming into range, throwing a bunch of shots, exiting range. Jack Della Maddalena gets into the pocket and wants to fight in the pocket. And what you're going to do is you're going against Carlos Prates, who's not only a Muay Thai guy, he's a guy who is able to make Muay Thai work in MMA. He's got a different type of Muay Thai with heavy elbows, spinning attacks. His knee is, people talk about it, his straight punches. Yes, those are also great. His most deadly weapon is the knee. We saw it against Radke. If you go back and you want to have fun, don't even watch Carlos Prates' UFC tape. Go back and watch his Muay Thai tapes from him back in China and him back in Thailand. It's all finishes by knees and nasty stuff like that. And that's where Jack Della Maddalena has to be to throw his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combos. And if you're going to do that against a guy with Prates, he's going to download that. He's going to hit you with knees. He's going to hit you with elbows, strong punches. You don't want to be hittable like a guy in JDM in a fight with Carlos Prates. And if you want to talk about JDM, right, when I look back at it, I'm kind of like, this guy had the most cushiony way to a belt, right? Like he had Basil Hafez, where he got a split decision. I was on Hafez there, and I was like pretty damn close there. Then he got Kevin Holland. This is the only other time he's fought a big, long striker like Prates, where he's a taller guy and with longer punches. Had issues there, split decision. Then he gets Gilbert Burns, where he gets out-grappled and outmanned for, I don't know, 2.5 rounds. And then he gets the lucky knee up the middle. Sure, he had the broken arm at the time, whatever. And then he gets Bilal Muhammad, and Bilal Muhammad decides, you know what? Yeah, the scrambles were good, but he was like, I want to show people that I can box. That's great. You're going to go and box against a guy who's one of the best boxers around. So that's how he goes to it. Now, Islam fight, irrelevant, grappling only. Prates ain't out here grappling. So for me personally, you got a guy in Carlos Prates, probably one of the best strikers in the UFC, going against a guy who wants to strike with him and stand in the pocket. Last guy you want to stand in the pocket is with Carlos Prates. I think the knee's there all day when it comes to the clinch, the elbows, straight punches. He'll be able to pick them apart. It's one of those fights that, like, yeah, if you want to bet JDM, yeah, there's a spot for it, but bet that round 2, round 3 into the fight when he's already, kind of lost. Yeah, people say Carlos Prates starts late, but after the Gary fight, we've noticed an uptick in, Prates like starting earlier, getting going faster, because he realizes that's what cost him the Gary fight. So I don't know. I think it's a live bet on JDM if you like him, but for me, it's Carlos Prates all day. Carlos Prates also, he's knocking out guys who have never been knocked out before. The Leech, never been knocked out, KO'd. Jeff Neal, never been knocked out, KO'd. Yeah, we've seen Leon Edwards hurt. We've never seen him finished. We watched him get flatlined. Carlos Prates is a nasty striker. He knows what he has to do here. I really thought the matchup was going to be Prates versus Morales. That would have been a cool striking fight, but this is also just as cool. But I got Prates plus 100. I'll stand and die there. I think he's probably one of the first people to knock out JDM. What do you think, Pick'em?
I mean, I'm on the Prates side too. I think the length's gonna give JDM some issues, and I've heard people talk about how JDM's gonna be able to grapple Prates. I'm not too sure about that. I don't think he's gonna have any success. Maybe you can take him to get him down for a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna take his back and like strangle him or anything like that, or he's gonna control him round after round. It's gonna be a striking fight. I mean, and I bet JDM in that Bilal fight, because Bilal's like, I know his striking has gotten better, but he's not a good striker. He doesn't have any power on the feet. He's a pillow fisted striker. And then and Bilal was trying to take him down. I mean, to be fair, like he shot a bunch of takedowns. I mean, couldn't really get him because JDM has good sprawls, and he saw the takedowns coming from Bilal from like a mile away. But even then, I mean, the striking was close. It was definitely a close striking battle. Like that fight played out for like maybe like 20 minutes on the feed, and it was close. It was definitely close. Like I mean, he should have knocked out Bilal Muhammad. I mean, honestly, like that's what I thought was gonna happen. I picked him by like a late KO over Bilal Muhammad. Bet him at like plus 200 there. And then I didn't play anything in the Islam fight because Islam was like I wasn't sure if he was gonna finish him, and he didn't finish him. I wish I played decision there, but I just passed on that. So I mean, this fight's not similar to that Bilal fight or either Islam fight. This fight's similar to the Holland fight. I mean, and Holland and even the Burns. I mean, Burns was landing some shots on him. Burns was landing a lot of body kicks and those that left hook. I mean, he was landing a lot of those shots on JDM. And I know he was injured, like his arm was broken in that fight, so like maybe you can give him a break for that a little bit. But even in striking only, like where he's striking for most of the fight, I mean, those fights are playing out really close, and those guys are landing on him. I mean, he doesn't have this impeccable like striking defense. Like he moves pretty well, he moves his head, but he has that boxing. Like he's gonna be like standing there like this, and I think his body's gonna be open to knees and those teep kicks. I mean, Prates is gonna find his chin. I think he's gonna land that left straight. I think Prates is not gonna he's not gonna have a hard time finding Maddalena in there. And I give Prates most of the finishing upside. We've seen him go out there, finish people in the UFC. Like Maddalena's only finished, I think only finished one guy who's actually kind of legit in the top 15. I mean, that was Gilbert Burns, and I had him there. I mean, that was kind of that was a knee up the middle where he knocked him over the knee up the middle after like Burns was going for a takedown. Yeah, I'm going Prates. I mean, I'm still waiting to see if I can get plus money on Prates. Like, but like I don't know if the line's gonna flip. It's been sitting at like minus 115, minus 120 all week. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens like tomorrow. Maybe like when money comes in JDM, it's like he's like a plus 100. I mean, I'll take plus 100 even. Like, so I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. But like I like Prates. I do. I've liked him all week.
What do you think, Droff?
Yeah, I was not there, but I did hear your breakdown peg on the fight. So I a lot of what you said I agree with. Again, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel too good about it, but I do think he's gonna win. And I'm not sure about a knockout or decision, but if there's one guy that can knock out GDM, it's Carlos Prates. Like the guy just hit different, and GDM he has not been knocked out before. But if you look at the guys he's been fighting, he's not fought a dangerous striker like that. And, you know, Prates, longer, taller striker with all the momentum going into this fight. GDM just lost the belt. And, you know, Prates going into this fight with a lot of momentum. I love to backfighter like that, especially when it's a pick-em fight. You know, it's going to be a striking fight. I don't see much grappling a side or another. So in a striking fight, you gave me the guy that, you know, I think minute for minute is competitive because Prates at distance with those kicks is better, and GDM in the boxing and pocket is better. But, you know, GDM, every time he closes the distance in the pocket, Prates is going to land those knees. And I think Prates is going to have big moments upside. I think he's more likely to hurt and finish GDM than the other way around. And, yeah, he's lethal at range with those kicks and with those, you know, left hand down the pipe, you know.
Yeah, that left straight is a laser beam, bro. I mean, he's knocked out so many people with that left straight.
It really is. And it can turn out being a banger. I know Prates carries his power over 25. GDM is tough, but again, he's not fought a guy that hit like that. So, you know, Leon Edwards also pretty tough. And, you know, a lot of these guys are tough too. But, you know, when even Ian Gary was an elite striker, you know, he was on Death Storm in round 5. So the thing I would say about the fight with Ian Gary is elite at range and he's elite with distance management. That's not the case for GDM. That's a different style. GDM is very good in the boxing, but he's not that good at range, and Prates is better at range. I don't think GDM needs to close the distance, and when he does that, he's going to put himself in danger. I think Prates is going to knock him out this weekend.
I think that Ian Gary fight, bro, like Ian Gary was giving him a lot to think about. I mean, he was striking with him, kicking him in high kicks, low kicks. I mean, like he was like target practicing on Prates, mixing in takedowns after that too, just to give him something else to think about, not just striking. So like, I don't think GDM really does that. I've never really seen him go out there, strike with people, then mix into takedowns. I mean, right after, like, he's not really the guy who's gonna do it. Maybe he shows up and does that this fight. I haven't seen it on tape, so I'm just gonna go based on what I've seen on tape. And I think, I mean, there's a chance that GDM could win by decision. I mean, if Prates can't get it going, But I think Prates is gonna win. I mean, he could win by decision too. Wouldn't shock me if he won by points. But I think it's gonna hurt Maddalena and probably finish him.
Yeah, Prates had a chance to change the world, man. I wish he would have finished Ian Gary. It's the only thing I would have wished for, honestly. Could have changed everything for us, But instead, here's where we are. All right, guys, that's the show. We're all going to be smoking that. We're going to be smoking that Prates pack this weekend, hopefully, or the JDM pack rather. The 5-1 decision on Prates. Pepe likes go the distance. I agree. I think Jack is tougher than Gary. Gary, we've seen him chin before against.
Yeah, but I do think Gary is way better again at distance and winning minute and being, is striking with his kick, with his distance management, with his footwork. I think it's better than GDM. I think it's a way different style, and I think that style of Ian Gary is probably Prates' kryptonite, as we've seen. And GDM, his style is very good in the striking, but he's going to put himself in danger every time he extends those boxing combination in the pocket. Like, yes, he can have success, but, I think Prates can do big damage. And I think GDM at range is going to have issues with Prates. And with Ian Gary, was the other way around. But, again, it's a good fight. It's a banger. And, yeah, very excited to watch this one.
Yeah. No, I guess carbs can help you retain water in your body. Okay.
What do you guys think of the fight of the night's going to be on this card?
Fight of the night.
Fight of the night, I would say
that's a good question. Fight of the night I think
the main event, honestly.
Yeah, if it goes the distance, it's probably going to be the main win.
I don't know. You know what? I think fight of the night.
It can be Cody Steele too, but I don't think.
I disagree. I think it could also be Bryczak versus Rowston.
Yeah,
that could be a good one. Yeah.
That kind of being a good. That's what I'm saying. There's some good fights here. I mean, Pericic, Gaziev should end early. Tuivasa, Sutherland should end early. Tafa should end early. Malkoun, GM3, piss break.
Pepe said Tahiki. Yeah, Tahiki could do it. I don't know what his opponent's going to look like.
I mean, that's just going to be he may have finish of the evening, I guess. Chat. Oh, okay. Tahiki fight of the night. What do you guys think? What do you think it is? What do you think fight of the night would be? I get Elliott or Erceg. I don't know about that, though, because I feel like if Elliott's winning, it's going to be kind of like a boring type of fight, honestly. It'd be a lot of takedown oriented, I guess. But, all right. Let's get out of here. Guys, thanks for joining us. Pick 'em. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll have you back. Where
can
people find you? Where do you guys?
You guys can you guys can all find me on Twitter, Pick 'em MMA or YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Drav, Dub Club, or whatever bullshit it is.
Yeah, Choppers. I'll link on Twitter, Dravy_. Pick 'em. Thanks for coming, bro. We're gonna have you on. Just let us know, and we're gonna do a show with you another time with Key when we're all back.
For sure, bro. I'm done.
With the trios and everything. So, yeah, thanks for coming on, and make sure you guys follow him. I know you don't have a lot of followers on Twitter. You've been doing your
I don't tweet that much. I mean, I'll go
but
I ghost Twitter a couple of weeks and I just come back on.
Make sure to put his Twitter in the description.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description. Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week for UFC Newark. We are out. Peace.